Hey guys, last weekend I played third flute and piccolo with the Ensign Symphony because I am their flute sub, and the third flute and piccoloist backed out for the next couple of concerts. And it's been so much fun going back to rehearsals and stuff like that. There's been a little bit of a gap from when I've been in school up until now. It has filled a void in my soul. It started to bring back a rush of memories of how I started on the piccolo. Most of you probably have not heard this story yet, so I am going to tell you a story now of the time that I failed my placement audition. So this happened in the second year of music school. Every year you have to do a new placement audition at the beginning of the year. I hear now at UBC it's at the beginning of every semester. Really the whole reason behind this is just to see how well you place. Sometimes it has to do with the conductors and the directors wanting to give other people a chance at playing different parts while they're still in school so you can learn more from the experience. Other times it's just because everybody progresses at a different rate. Now being out of school, now I know that those placement auditions were not actually that big of a deal, but at the time, man, it was like life or death. But what happened was I was on a road trip with my family a week or 2 weeks before school started again. I was practicing before the road trip, and then I thought I would just brush up when I got back and then I would do the placement audition, no problem, said a very optimistic 18-year-old. In the last 2 days of our vacation, my entire family came down with bronchitis. Let that sink in for a moment. I felt like I couldn't breathe out without wanting to cough. That just tightened up my throat, and yeah. I have this mentality at that point that being sick was not a good enough reason to ask for a delayed audition. Now I think that it is appropriate to at least ask if that is a thing that you can do. I mean, the worst that can happen is that they just say no. I didn't even ask. In fact, I didn't even tell any of my professors that I had bronchitis, and I just went into the audition. Let me just clarify that I do not suggest anybody to do what I just did. At the very least, you should make your professors know that you are coughing your lungs out when you play a wind instrument, especially. I remember what I did. Oh, it was so terrible. Maybe I should reenact it for you guys. I think it was the Ravel. You know what? Let's make this more historically accurate. Let's use the flute that I played on. That would be my Mateki. Oh, hello, love. Haven't seen you in a little while. How have you been? Okay, I'm crazy. So this is what I did. Daphnis ain't gonna get together with Chloe after all. You can imagine the looks on my professors' faces. I can't believe I just relived that memory. There is a Cringefest happening inside of me right now. I came out of that and I knew I completely failed. It was a very awful couple of days before finding out what place I was going to be. The concert band was mostly for people who were not music majors, and if you were a music major and ended up in concert band, that reflected very poorly on your level of playing. But the happy accident was that no one wanted to play the piccolo parts for the wind ensemble and for the symphony. I'm fairly confident that that was the case, was that I literally could not place for any of the flute positions. Usually the conductor would ask one of us if we would be okay playing the piccolo parts. That year, the conductors did not ask anybody. They just gave all the third flute and piccolo parts to me. So that year, I was like, well, I guess I'm pulling this guy out and playing with this guy for the entire year. I learned so many things. I learned that tuning on the piccolo is a completely different beast from the flute. I learned how to play more soloistically when I needed to, because you are just out there. Even when everyone else is playing, everyone can still hear you. It forced me to learn how to basically fake it till I make it. So I had to fake confidence until I discovered that I actually was getting more confident on the piccolo. I learned about my piccolo. I love him, but he needs a bit of help fairly regularly. I had to figure out what this guy's weaknesses were, which keys were leaking, and basically I had to work around it. I learned how to listen to the back of the band, to tune and blend with people, learning to tune with the brass, because for some reason composers really like to pair the piccolo with brass instruments. There was one very peculiar thing that I noticed. There was just this one part, because we were playing the Festive Overture by Shostakovich. I just could not get my entrance right. You know, I had practiced it, I could play it when I was playing it by myself, and I knew how it went. I knew where I was supposed to come in, but for some reason I couldn't come in. If you don't get that first bit down for the Festive Overture, you're pretty much toast, you know. The part where you come in with the clarinets. As it turns out, everyone was going at a different tempo, which the conductor fixed, and then I was able to play again and it was fine. I just noticed that the conductor just never singled me out. I was just like, huh, well, that's really weird. I remember that my conductors from music school also never pointed out when I crapped up a part. I thought that it was just my conductors having mercy on me because I was still a student. You know, I figured I could get away with stuff that professionals can't get away with, right? Like, if you're a conductor, can you let us know why you guys don't care? Is it because you know that the piccolo part is difficult, so you don't want to single us out? Or is it because we're on our own part and therefore it is no use to single us out because we just have to practice it ourselves, or we just have to figure out for ourselves what's going on? Or have you just given up? I don't have an answer for this. It's just something that I noticed. If you are a piccolo player, do you notice the same thing? Like it happens to you too, right? By the end of my second year, people actually started coming up to me and randomly telling me that they liked my piccolo playing, which for me was a huge deal because I went from pretty much not being able to play the piccolo at all. I had to figure it out from square one. I really felt like I was learning an entirely new instrument. And then by the end of that year, people were telling me that I was their favorite piccolo player. And I'm like, wow, thank you. I still felt like, and even now I still feel like I have a lot to learn. I don't think you ever outgrow the learning process, but it was very flattering. And ultimately it led to now, one of the reasons why I get to play with the Ensign Symphony is because I play the piccolo. Just because you fail something in music school, it really isn't the end of something great. In fact, failing could be the beginning of something really awesome that you would have never given a chance to if you didn't fail. I love playing the piccolo now, and I wouldn't have started playing the piccolo if I hadn't failed that placement audition. So yes, it is still a cringe fest to think about how badly that audition went, but you know, in a really weird way, I'm glad it happened. If you guys have a similar experience, please let me know down below. If you're a piccolo player, tell us how you got started on playing the piccolo. What's the thing that catapulted you into it? Were you thrown the part too? If you're a conductor, let us know what you think of piccolo players. I mean, I'd really like to know what conductors actually think of piccolo players. You can like create a new account, an anonymous account, and just comment below and let us know. So anyway, as usual, if you guys like this video, make sure you give me a big thumbs up and hit subscribe for new videos every Saturday. My last video is over there, and if you guys want to catch me during the week, my social media network stuffs are down there. But otherwise, I will see you guys next week. Bye. I have to do it the right way at least once. Obviously, I didn't do it that way.